Oh, okay.
I have no part. Okay. Hi everyone, my name is, sorry. Hi everyone, my name is Mead Schwarzkopf, and I'm here to tell you all a little bit about myself. One thing that I maintain is that everyone has their own personal contradiction, and I like to think that mine is that I am an antisocial social butterfly. I know all of you, well, most of you, have been hanging out with me for the first time for the past few hours, so I'm sure you understand the social butterfly part of that. I'm good at talking to just about anybody. But given my own personal preference, I'll sit at home with a book and I just won't stop reading, and you couldn't get me out of the house with a crowbar if you tried. This is probably because my mom used to take me to the Brooklyn Public Library. It's some of my earliest memories. Every summer we would go there every single day. Mainly because, well, New York doesn't get quite as hot as Texas does. We have no air conditioning in our house, and 99% humidity is miserable without air conditioning. And what could be better than a room full of books, AC, and comfortable chairs to read those books in? My very favorite quote actually comes from the Brooklyn Public Library, and it's written right on the front of the building, and it is a quote from Mark Twain. "Here are enshrined the longing of great hearts and noble things that tower above the tide, the magic word that winged wonder starts, and the garnered wisdom that has never died." It's always stuck with me, and if I ever have a library of my own in my house, I want to have that carved on the door just so I can see it every single day. It makes me happy. Like I said, card-carrying bibliophile. I read everything I can get my hands on, and one of the things I'm proudest of is that by age 17, I had read every single fantasy novel in the young adult section of the Brooklyn Public Library, which is impressive. I don't know if you've seen the library, but it's impressive. To the point where, if I could have a conversation with any one person, living or dead, it would be Robert Jordan. Because I'm still furious at him for dying before finishing The Wheel of Time. And I want to sit down and ask him, how was it supposed to end? It's like my one question in life. I don't care, meaning of life, no. How was The Wheel of Time supposed to end? I don't trust his son to do it right. Yeah, that's funny. Alright, I'm a fantasy and sci-fi fan to the point where there are only 3 movies I've ever cried at, and the biggest of them is Star Wars. Yeah, she knew. Star Wars. I still cannot watch the 3rd Star Wars movie without bawling. And I'm not talking, oh, I'm crying a little. I'm talking on my knees, bawling, because Darth Vader dies. And he was my favorite character. All growing up, Darth Vader, I loved him. Luke, Pitt. Cut his hand off, what did I care? But they killed Vader! He was interesting! And 3 hours after the movie ended, I was still in hysterics. It's a sad moment in my life. And I have not watched it ever again, because I will cry again, and that hurts me. If I ever do bother to grow up and stop being the childish fantasy sci-fi lover that I am, I hope to become a nurse. Granted, I hope to become a pediatric nurse, so hopefully I won't have to grow up too much. And that's a little bit about me. Thank you.